What is up, everybody?
Word, word, word.
Merry Hana Christmas Kwanzaa.
Yep. We hope everybody had a fun time.
D3 FPV first in the chat. What's up, Drone Pilot? How you doing?
D3,
Merry Christmas.
always a pleasure.
Happy holidays.
Drone Pilot, how you doing, Elias?
Last stream of 2021. That is correct.
Yep. Unless
Also,
I go live on like New Year's Eve just for shits and giggles, but
well, I may go live. Man, your camera seems to be looks like it's frozen up on my side here.
I'm moving. I got full green bars on my internet.
Well, I see that, but what I'm saying is on my restream page, you are not moving.
On the YouTube, I'm bouncing back and forth.
Maybe Dad just sucks.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's up. I'm not seeing you move on the restream page, which is totally freaking weird.
Hey, toss it more towards me. I moved the boxes back into that spot.
Hold on, I'm gonna try to reload.
Hi guys. You panned to me while I was about to sneeze.
There you go. I see you moving now.
Woo! Oh, what's up, Kind FPV? How you doing?
What's up, Kind FPV? How are you?
What's up, Facebook user? Geppetto's Lab, how you doing? Everybody's coming in. Matt was right. We have a bunch of folks that were just waiting. So
that is Shane Duggar is the Facebook user. What's up? Shane? What's going on, my brother? How you doing?
Had to go look. Shane is one of the biggest Flyno collectors I've ever met.
I know. And
he's at like what, 23 now or something like that?
If he knew what I had, he'd be pestering me. So.
Oh, I know. He sort of knows. But dude, like I sold him my baby skull Cinewoop. Like I was like I needed cash and I don't use it much, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna message Shane, see if he's interested. And suddenly he was just like, yes. I don't even, no hesitation. He was just like, yes, I'll take it. I don't even care. Like I was like, these are the extras I've got for it. He's like, I don't give a fuck. Just send it to me.
Yeah. Do you have any Cerberus V3s, Shane?
He does. He has Cerberus. I know that. Need that inverted skull and I'll stop buying frames. Bullshit, you'll stop buying frames. Fucking every single thing I've seen of a Flyno on sale, Shane's the first one up. Like, yo, how much? Like,
Shane, I have a Butterflight frame prototype.
Ooh.
From Flyno. I have a Orion 191X from Flyno. That is a prototype also. I also have a Orion 210 Stretch X prototype. I've got the one-of-a-kind hexacopter. I can't say that. It's a one-of-a-kind commission that I had produced from Flynosaurus that I'm going to redo and turn into a gank frame. Basically, I laid it out. Yeah. Basically, I laid it out and everything. Josh drew it up, sketched it up, and had it cut for me. So, but yeah. I've got some, I got lots of frames. My puppy just got a whole bunch of new toys for Christmas, so she's going to be freaking walking up here, drop, and bringing me actual toys instead of tiny little pieces of things. So.
All right, let's get the build on.
Yeah, the Cerberus V3 is the only one that I've got multiples of that and the Ether. I've got two Ethers as well, but those are the only ones I have multiples of. I had a multiple of the Cerberus 3-inch, but I ended up.
Are you said you have a rat quad?
No, I don't have the rat quad. I have the butterflight frame.
Oh yeah.
The Rat Quad is super, super cool looking.
Yes, it is.
Flies like hot garbage, from what I understand, but super cool looking. Well, I mean that was the whole point. I don't think he ever intended it for it to be a freaking a great flyer, you know, especially with the camera towards the back and all the weight up front with the battery.
I love how he did the Santa sleigh one too.
Yes, that was badass. Like I said, I love the quads, but
oh yeah, that made me so happy when he made the Santa sleigh one. I was just like, yes, winning, yes.
So no technique. The one I was talking about is the hexacopter. I had a back in 2017, early 2017. I had Josh. I worked with Josh to design a 5-inch hexacopter. Because all he had was the Orion, and I don't know if you've seen the Orion, but the Orion has a very tiny cage for the electronics. I wanted a bigger hexacopter that was a little more durable, so I had him design this one for me. This is a stretched 5-inch stretched hex. Don't mind, I got to redo the GoPro mount, but much larger area for the cam and the electronics. 4mm bottom plate. So, and this one here is 5S. I've got 2206, 2140 kV motors. So if it tells you how old this thing is back when 2206 motors were still the hot thing. But this is one of a kind. So,
yeah. Dude, Geppetto, that sounds awesome.
The only Flynoceros frame that has similar rarity would be Dan's Kronos.
Yes.
There's only two that I know, two Flynoceros models that I know of that are one of a kind, and one is my Hex and two is Dan's Kronos.
Yes.
So.
By the way, I've filed out another one of those plates, so I'm working on the other 2 plates. I want to get that thing going ASAP because I've got all the parts just sitting here. And all I need to do is hollow out those plates so that the motors will fit, and I'm good to go. Now,
Danish Stallion in the house. What's up, Danish? How you doing?
What up, Danish? Yo, Danish man. Your last video was just killer. The cell tower dive.
Yeah. Oh, the reverse cell tower dive. Yes.
Right. I was like, dude, what the fuck?
We're gonna watch that one later for sure.
Yeah, definitely. So how was y'all's Christmas? Everybody, you went gun shopping, it seems.
I did. That was the only thing that I purchased for myself for Christmas. I bought myself a new rifle. Nice. Got a Smith & Wesson MP15 and some magazines and a couple hundred rounds of ammunition and big rifle case, big padded, watertight, lockable rifle case that'll hold both my hunting rifle and my MP15.
Yeah.
Bought some more rounds for my 9mm, and then about enough rounds for me to take the family on a shooting day. Go shoot the rifles and shoot the pistols that we've got. I've got a couple 9mm pistols as well.
Nice.
But personal protection type stuff, fun. The MP15 it's a fun target rifle. It's I've got a lever action 30-30 that's not quite as exciting to fire at the range. Plus, it's also lever action, so it's not semi-automatic. But
yeah.
But that's the hunting rifle. So this is the hunting / fun rifle. Target shooting.
This is my rifle. This is my gun.
Yeah. Hoorah! But yeah, that's what I got for myself for Christmas, and then my kids chipped in and got a new blender for us. Got one of those Ninja Ice Crusher blenders because every time we every blender we use for making smoothies, the ice just wears down the attachment point. But see who else is here. Victorfly's here. What's up, Victorfly? Welcome to stream. What's up, Sinister? How you doing? Hope everybody had a great Christmas. Oh, I don't know why that did that. There we go. Yeah, so Geppetto, that life-size Mary Poppins sounds pretty cool. I actually just saw a picture of guys in the desert flying a foam board Superman.
Yeah, I saw that one too.
Yep. So that seems cool. Mary Poppins will be a little bit weird because she doesn't fly horizontally. She flies vertically. So I'm interested to see how that works out. But anybody get anything good? New digital stuff? I think I saw, was it Brian Newsom that got a DJI FPV quad?
Yeah, he got a DJI FPV, but I think he got that a couple days before Christmas. But it might have been a Christmas present to himself.
Yeah, I saw his post with that kit. I almost bought that kit for myself, to be honest, because it's. I mean, I was thinking about buying the goggles anyway.
Yeah.
And if the goggles are $550, and for another $450, I can get the flipping drone too. I mean,
right?
Why not? I can definitely think of uses for that FPV quad, for sure.
Exactly. Like, and that's the thing. Everybody trashes it all the time. I think, to be honest, for what it's made for, it's a very good unit. Like,
well, so in my personal opinion, everybody that has poo-pooed on it has been using it outside of its intended use.
Yes, very much. And it's all been like hardcore acro FPV guys that have been bashing it. And then you're like, but that's not what it's made for. Like,
well, yeah, even Geoff FPV he abuses the crap out of his, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he's pushing it to its limits as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So, yeah, and anytime you push something to the limits, you got to realize if you exceed the limits, then bad things may happen.
Exactly. Pretty self-explanatory on that one.
Nice. Shane got a digital kit. Geppetto said wifey got him a monthly subscription to FPV Crate. That's awesome.
That's wicked. Hey, guess what I got for my nephew?
What'd you get?
I got him a Beta FPV Cetus kit.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I had him like flying around like a little toy grade, like line of sight drone for a little while. And it only had like a 25-foot range, so it was pretty useless. And he finally broke it, and he had learned how to fly it a little bit. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take it and fix it. But instead of fixing it, I just took it, and I was like, I'm just gonna get him a Cetus kit. And that way, he's got the goggles and the transmitter that when he gets better, he can easily take those and upgrade to a new drone.
Right, and yeah, like I said, you could freaking definitely bind any other drone with that controller, right?
Exactly, and anything with it's a D16 protocol or D8 protocol, I think. So anything D8 you can bind to it.
All right, so it's just Spectrum, right? Or does that include DSM?
No, it's FR Sky.
Oh, okay.
So, and that was the thing. Like, I was like, this is FR Sky, which means I can just put an XM Plus receiver in whatever he upgrades to when he gets better. And I do like the Cetus because, as I said, it's got that mode where it will just hover. And you don't have to worry about the throttle. You just have to worry about the forward, back, side to side.
Yeah.
You know, like, and I thought that was so brilliant for him to learn how to do because I was like, that takes the stress of him having to learn how to throttle control because when I tried it in sport mode for him, the first thing he did was hit the ceiling with it.
Yeah.
And then
that's what I see with a lot of people that are trying to learn on a tiny whoop is they hit the ceiling, they hit the floor, they hit the ceiling, they hit the floor.
The thing is, you panic when you feel like you're going too fast and you chop throttle. And once you chop the throttle on a tiny whoop, it has no power to come back. So then you have to jack the throttle up and catch it. And then you're going too high again. And then you drop throttle. And it's just a cycle that they get into with those. And So I've been trying to. I wanted to get him that one just so that he could learn the flying before he had to deal with all the full-on throttle control shit.
So let's see. Sinister said he got a solder station, Foxeer Wildfire, Menace FPV antennas, new FPV cam for his 95X. He got a Beta FPV 85 Pro 2 and extra lipos. Nice. 4S lipos for his 95X, and also a SJ Cam C100. I haven't seen those. I've seen quite a few of the other SJ cams.
Hey, I know the SJs. They're okay.
Well, I'm familiar with the C100 Plus. I'm not familiar with the C100 Plus model.
I think it's like a little like box cam sort of thing, or at least I believe it is.
Oh, wait, let's see. Shane wants to know how long that I'm going to toss that toy before she gets tired. To be honest, she doesn't get tired.
We've been tossing it since this morning.
She's playing tugs with me right now, trying to like nonstop. As soon as we sit down, she got so many toys for Christmas. She literally got a Santa bag full of rope tug toys, ball toys, throw toys, things like that. So anytime I set one down or she gets bored with one, she'll bring another one over to us ever since. And just so you know, she's a Belgian Malinois. Belgian Malinois take longer to get tired than any other dog. And they also revive their energy faster than any other dog. So she can go for an hour straight playing. Like we'll go to I'll take her to the college that's around the corner from us, the same college I flew at with Jeff Hardy and Scott Klein when they came down. And I'll throw the ball for her there because after 5 o'clock, there's nobody ever in the parking lot. And they've got some big grassy areas just off the parking lot that I could really chuck the ball. My backyard, she gets about, 15 yards, 10, 15 yards of running. And then there's a fence. So, I'll toss the ball for her for 40 something minutes. She'll be panting heavily and not wanting to stop. I'll have to make her stop. And then she'll get home, drink some water. And within 10 minutes, she's bringing me something to throw her again. And I'm like, come on. I wish I had her stamina. Let's see. Geppetto says he had to take ginkgo biloba and folic acid for his brain. Ooh, okay. Installed a new FC in a quad and bound it. During the maiden flight, kept fail-safing. Turns out he had both the internal and the external module on. Oh, that'll do that. D3 said he got an RDQ toolkit. Athix says he got a hot air station. That's nice.
Oh,
Sinister,
nice.
Yeah, Sinister says that SJ Cam is a 4K Insta-Go style camera.
Yeah, it's a smaller sort of, yeah. I was looking at one of those a little while ago.
I'm gonna pull it up here just so I can see it.
Now, my experience with the older SJ cams is that they were kind of generally the cheaper version of like the box cams, but I had these were like the ones 3 years ago or whatever. So
my opinion, like I've had 2 SJ cams. I bought one for myself and one for my daughter. The one that I had for myself, other than the ISO adjustment not being as wide as I would hope it would be, I had and the fact that it wasn't a very durable camera, but I didn't have a protective mount for it, so I just had it velcroed kind of to the couch.
Yeah.
But I had one that broke. And then I had the other one my daughter used, and it actually is fine. Let's see, who is Nay?
Nay.
That joined our stream with no camera.
No. It's Timmy.
What's up, Timmy?
Danish Stallion in the house, if you can ever get his video to come up.
I don't know what happened.
So here is, I'm going to switch over to the screen. I have pulled up the SJ Cam C100 Plus that Sinister was talking about.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
It does look like an Insta one. With the case, looks like it's waterproof, right? It comes with a case that's got the GoPro holders.
So we're doing drone swan dives now, Dad?
It'll do 4K 30 at 16:9 and 9:16. That's pretty impressive. there is a camera app to turn them on and off. Preview editing. You can share from your phones. It's got brackets for the car and other things just like the Insta360 Go. It looks, I mean, for $72 or 60 or $70, depending on what color you get. Like 72 for the black, comes in blue, comes in its peachish orange. Oh, that's called orange. Pink, yellow, green, and whatever that pinkish purpley color is. It looks pretty decent. 15 megapixel camera. Okay. So it's not crazy upscaling to get that. 115 degree wide angle lens. Waterproof up to 100 feet with the case. Let's see. Action camera for vlogging. It says for 4K 350 or 300 frames a second. Can record continuously for 96 minutes. Up to 128 gigabyte SD card.
Damn, son.
That's impressive.
That is. That's a winner in my book right there.
So, Shooter, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Merry Christmas, bud.
What's up, Ken?
Victorfly got his OG Nemesis for Christmas.
I know. I saw that. I was like, dude, Lindsay's been camping on that for a while.
I know. I told him. I said, man, she bought it like a couple months ago. And he's like, yeah, she told me. Ooh.
Dude, like, he realized that all of us were in on it, too, because, like, I mentioned it, and he was just like, yeah, I know. Like...
See, Shooter says he got an elusive KISS Ultra Mini Flight Controller.
Oh, nice.
Is that the AIO one, or is that the... Well, there isn't a... The AIO is not mini, I guess. But the AIO, I think, is a 30 by 30. But I've heard a couple of decent reviews on that AIO so far. Oh. Let's see. Athix got a forge. You gonna start knife making, Athix, or are you looking to do some metal casting type stuff?
What about glass? Are you using it? Oh, forge.
Oh, yeah. I guess you could use it for blowing glass as well. I didn't think about that.
But a forge is usually for smelting.
Well, a dual burner forge could be for knives or swords as well. That's what I see a lot of these. If you look at the Forged in Fire show, that's what I see a lot of those guys. Actually, the triple burner is. I
like Alex Steele. Alex Steele is pretty cool. The little British dude that makes swords and forges. The Smith. What's up, Danish? There we go.
There's a Danish fella.
It's working. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, awesome.
Absolutely.
How's it going, guys?
Yeah, not bad, man.
Broken Sky, what's up? Aaron Cisco in the house. Broken Sky.
What's up, Aaron?
He said he can't get the live videos to play. I guess his internet's sucking extra hard tonight.
Well,
Athix said he's looking to make knives and maybe jewelry. Awesome. I've got a buddy that makes his own throwing knives, and he's pretty badass at it. Like he actually he will toss rings in the air and throw knives at the rings. So, nice. But he actually won a knife throwing competition with some knives that he made just recently. But he was also a badass FPV pilot. He was one of the first pilots that I saw doing the S-Bang style before people named it S-Bang.
Nice.
So, we had a couple of pilots that were really awesome freestyle pilots, and they just kind of stopped flying. But let's see what else we got here. Love seeing new guys in the stream.
Still in my work clothes.
Uh-huh.
I did fly before I went home. Though I went to Comfy Bando and tried out one of my new toys, Peanut.
Nice. How do you like it?
Well, I don't know yet. I only made one video, and it was 15 seconds. I just literally put it on Instagram.
What did you have the Peanut attached to?
I put it on my squirt.
Okay.
My Slam squirt. and it's going to be used on my slam squirt and my wing.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
The wing is always fun with the.
Yeah, that way I can show Shelby Vole who's the.
Yeah. Speaking of Wang, Shelby Vold just popped his Wang into our shoot.
What's up, Wang?
I haven't seen his new video yet. I did see one popped up.
We're saying Wang so many times. I'm afraid Chase Herwig would show up.
D3
sorry.
wants to know if it's okay if he mentions one of his projects. I don't have a problem with it. If you want to send me some pictures or a video you have of your project, I'll
You sent me something about it. I can't. I've been focusing on Christmas stuff. So
I'm wondering if that's because he almost had the EL Light Quad done, or he sent me some pictures of that last week. So I'm wondering if that's what he's talking about.
Yeah, maybe.
Yep.
Hashtag Wangs and Thangs. Shelby, that should be the name of your
live stream.
Yeah, your blog is Wangs and Thangs.
I know what I forgot.
And then also the name of your OnlyFans channel.
Yeah, right.
Wangs and Thangs.
I forgot about Shelby's freaking contest. I knew I forgot something. Oh man, I'm always forgetting.
Yeah, so I think David said, yeah, it's those images that he sent me. So
yeah.
I'll pull those up. So now D3's been talking to me for a little bit about seeing if we could find a way to be able to make a groove for this EL wire into arms.
Yeah, that would be cool.
So what he did is he 3D printed a prototype that you can see here.
Yeah.
All right, so that's actual EL wire tucked into the frame.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I think what he was originally going for was for it to be there to be a round groove in the edge and the vertical edge of the arms for it to go to. I see that kind of as being hard unless you have the right round ball bit for your CNC machine.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's see. What else? He's got a couple more pictures here. There it is, lit up. Okay.
Oh, nice.
That was it. Yep. But yeah, that's pretty cool, man. So it's just something that I don't have the equipment to try to help, and the people that cut my frames don't have the equipment to cut that groove in the vertical edge. So he said he's going to build that out of polycarbonate.
G10 would probably work pretty well.
Wangs and Thangs.
So Shelby, Mr. Spat is wondering if you know who has a Nano Drac in stock right now. Chris Click, Shelby says. There you go. Cool. Thank you, Shelby. That was a quick response.
That was a very quick response. You didn't even finish the question yet.
I did actually print. It's funny. I just blindly went and printed one of these for the Nemesis, right? Because it still flies. I mean, it's just a crack in it. As I figured maybe they'll fit in this thing, but apparently this is the first generation.
Yeah, that is the first gen. But there should be on the page, there should be a base. For all my frames, I put the mount bases on there so you guys can attach whatever. It makes it easier for people to attach whatever mounts they want.
Yeah.
It saves me some trouble of having to design all the mounts myself if I put that base on there. Right?
I was gonna do something like this to get the vibrations out.
That I'm not. Depends on how stiff that is, because it might actually induce vibrations. Because there was some people that were doing mounts like that with their GoPros, And it seemed to work really well with the sessions and the lighter cube cams, but when you started getting to the bigger GoPros, that it was too much flex and it actually induced jello into the shot.
Yeah.
But the Peanut
I'm gonna play around with it.
Yeah, the Peanut has auto stabilization, right? And that, what do they call that?
Yeah.
Flow control?
Flow state?
Flow state or flow control?
I learned that today too, that you have to set it for pro mode.
Yes.
If you have a Peanut.
Yep.
But pro mode means that you have everything available after post.
So that pro mode seems very similar to FPV mode of the Go.
Yeah, it's basically unlocks everything, but it sucks battery. And I think the reason why they didn't put it on the other one was because you couldn't use the cable thing to plug it into a 5-volt, so you can have like fly for 30 minutes with this thing.
So Vitrafly, if you don't have a problem with a vertical hero mount, I think we can do vertical hero mounts on the OG Nemesis without adjusting the top plate. But I think in order to fit, I would actually have to adjust the arms, I think, as well, because the motors sit, the props would sit right where the hero would stick out from that frame. And it sticks out a good, I think it's 15 millimeters on each side. So I would have to extend the arms to be able to keep the 6-inch with a hero there.
No, you wouldn't. My Nemesis has more than enough room for a hero.
Really?
If you just raise up where the session sinks in, if you just raise that up to like sort of a couch sort of thing, it would be perfect.
Well, I was thinking if you rotate the hero 90 degrees so the camera is low, like where the session would, the lens is low.
I don't even think you need it because the Nemesis is so wide anyways.
Yeah, but it's not, in order to get it kind of countersunk into, like, the whole reason of that frame was to move the HD cam as close to the point of reference of the FPV cam as possible. So it would translate better for people who were trying to pilot and get video, right?
Yeah.
Now, it might fit on the top plate, but it would depend on how tall your motors are. I mean, I've got 2306s, or 2307s, I'm sorry, on mine. And my prop line is almost even with that top plate. I mean, if you look, so this is my Nemesis, right? So if you look, the prop line is almost perfectly even with that top plate. So you could probably put a hero above the plate for sure. But the props would be under it. So you would get a more inefficiency when the props were in this position, right? Because it would be under the camera. But yeah, depending on if you had taller than a 23X motor, you might run into some problems. Because like I said, you can see that prop is, pretty darn even with that top plate there.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, that was intentional too. But that was to move the center of force, the center of thrust, closer to the center of gravity. Because with the battery mounted here, that the center, the quad really responds well.
Yeah. Hold on, I'll be right back.
For as big and chunky as it is. Let's see here.
So, did you say you got the new goggles?
I did not. I was thinking about it, but like I said, I didn't buy anything for myself except the rifle for now.
Sweet. There's still money for it then.
Yeah, I've got. I've got money in my savings account anyway, but there's some other things that I was debating on investing that money in instead of getting the goggles, like putting that towards the money I have set aside. Like, I really want to redo my website to make it a little more efficient and laid out a little bit better. I would also like to be, right now I can't link videos. So like Chris and Eric's build videos that they did.
Right.
I can't put a link to that, or I can't embed that into my website the way I've got it set up now.
That makes total sense. And you can't put in like awesome flight videos of Danish styling.
Well, yeah. To be honest, I would love to fucking highlight some of your videos of these frames. You know.
Thank you. I need to get it flying again.
Yeah. I'm glad it's not a physical issue.
No. I still haven't replaced the bottom plate yet because it's still kind of holding together.
You're like, I might be able to get one more crash out of it, right?
All the damn like this backwards shit I'm doing. It's like, I don't know. My Apex, I've been beating the shit out of it.
Yeah,
like, I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna start doing trippy spins about like having on a tiny little pole, and I'm talking there was no room. That comfy bando, the blue things in the front, and I was probably a little too confident. I only got one rotation, and I'm like, bam.
So Robert says he's gonna see if he can S-bang the freaking OG Nemesis. Nice. To be honest, after watching you fly Dan's with his rates, and his motor setup, dude, I have no doubt you can S-bang that thing with your rates.
Oh yeah,
no doubt. Mine's on 4S too. Yeah. Like mine's on 4S with fast fucking motors, 6S motors. Like,
let's see. Shooter says he's got himself to build a 5-inch quad around that Kiss Ultra FPV. Nice. Artistic, yeah. Artistic.
Hey, what's up?
Welcome to the stream, bud. Thanks for stopping by again.
Speaking of again, I'm going to Bando Island again Tuesday.
Nice.
So all the quads ready for that.
I'm glad to see Mr. Spat back. He took a little break from showing up on the FPV streams. Glad to see him back.
Yeah, how you doing, Spat?
Demons FPV is here. Welcome, Demons. Welcome to the stream. Hope you had a Merry Christmas, Happy Festivus, and hopefully all your demons are still kicking. Let's see here. Yeah. Victor Fly says, bro, this is going to be dope. I hope you like it. I really do, man. I've got that. To me, I think you would like the me more for your style of flying just because it's a lighter quad. But I think with your skill level and your tuning ability that you're going to love this fucking thing too. So
I honestly think he can spang anything, to be honest.
Yeah. I know, right? Hey, you want to try to S-bang my freaking Hex?
Because when he'd do it.
I know it would. It would kill my battery. To be honest, I'm not sure that batteries have the discharge capacity to S-bang a 5-inch Hex. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Usually,
that's kind of where I'm limited with my Skya. Is I'm very limited to with 6 motors, even with small motors, getting juice enough current to all 6 of those motors simultaneously, or at least proportionally, depending on what you're moving or which way you're moving, is a big current draw. And I've got one battery. It's a G&B 1100, but I feel like the 1100 is heavy for the Skya. I would like to see it 850 with that discharge capacity, or maybe a 1000 stick battery with that capacity. Freaking Vinterfly says he'll S-bang a fucking Subaru.
Subaru.
Spat said he's been around. He's just been quiet. That's cool. Well, I'm glad to see you guys are still here, man. I'd like to get you and Two Scoops on a show just to freaking hang out for a little bit, man. It's been a while. So hopefully Two Scoops is all right. I haven't heard from him in a while either. Dan, I think Dan said he heard from Sean not too long ago. So that's good.
I also got one of these.
What is that?
That is the new Speedy B3 adapter.
Okay, I have not
Um,
seen that.
It is
I,
supposed to be able to do black box, configure ESC, and beta flight configurator. And not
nice.
only that, it's a fast charger, lightning charger.
Okay.
So what? Let me turn off this. I'll show you. I haven't tested everything on yet because I just got it. I did try to charge the Peanut today, and it went really fast. Okay, so say that. What's cool is that this cable, because sometimes we have the two different size USBs, right? And you go like, this is really annoying. Now I got to go find a different cable. Well, it has both of them.
So it's got USB-C. It's got USB-C and
so
USB
I can just
micro.
pick the port I want with the same cable. I don't need an extra cable with me.
That's pretty cool too. I like that.
And then when I'm not using it, it can just go together like that.
Nice. I've never used SpeedyB, but I've always been the person that I've got 2 laptops, or well, technically 3, but I've got 2 laptops, and I've got one that has all my Betaflight and Betaflight Pegasus, Flight 1, all of my software on it, and I just take that to the field with me. But yeah, it's a heavy mother effer because it's got a 4-hour battery. It's a Dell with a 4-hour battery. That's cool. Is that a voltage?
Yep. That's my 6S battery.
Voltage checker.
Yep. So I can charge my phone, lightning charge my phone with this thing through that.
So that's got the Bluetooth piece in it and everything for the Speedy to wirelessly connect to your phone as well.
Yep, Bluetooth. Okay. But I can charge it with any device with the.
Well, and you can on the it looks like the side port you could say connect your USB to iPhone Lightning to be able to direct connect to SpeedyB without having to use the Wi-Fi feature too.
I'm not sure, but I would assume so.
Okay.
But it charges fast. Like, it's freaking fast.
Nice.
But just being able to check voltage on a battery too. This thing has so much purpose for. You can the 2 is only $25 on Pyrodrone, and this one was like, what was it, 37, I think.
That's not. I mean, to be honest, I don't think that's bad.
No, I mean, just in a hurricane, man. I mean, I'm going to charge all my batteries so I can keep my phone charged with my lipos. It's like,
yeah, I've got some adapters that do that as well. They're definitely worth it.
And it weighs nothing. This is already like my favorite thing I didn't know I needed in my bag. So then I got another. Sorry,
Spat says he's got a girlfriend taking up his time. Spat, I will tell you the same thing I tell everybody else. It is not hard written into the rules of FPV Pilot that you need to be celibate.
Right.
So just an FYI, just an FYI, no comments. I'm not sure. Maybe you don't believe that or anything, but I know that some people have that perception that if you're going to fly FPV, you've got to be a lonely fellow. So lonely woman. So.
And I got one of these.
Not true.
This beefy thing.
See, I don't balance charge, so I.
Oh man, I do 6 batteries at a time.
I haven't balanced charged in probably 2 years.
So yeah, I do 6 at a time. And this one's really nice quality.
To me, that's too much battery management to make sure that I bring them all down at the same voltage, to make sure all the cells are like if I've got one cell. So I've got twin ISD Q6s right now. So I've charged 2 at a time. I've got a single power supply that runs to a splitter that splits off to both. And I can charge, like I said, my 1550s take me about 15 minutes now that they're getting a little older and it takes a little longer to balance them out. Yeah. But with 2 of them, I can keep once I get there and once we start racing, I can keep up all day with racing with just 2 chargers. So I've never found it, and that's charging at 2C at 3 amps. So that's not even really pushing the battery at all.
I had a Q6 and then one of these, and then the Q6 started giving errors, so I got another one of these.
I almost bought myself a K4. Have you seen the new K4s?
Yeah.
The K4s are freaking bad. I want one. They're kind of expensive, but they include the power supply is built in.
Yeah. See, I get free power supply, like 600-watt, 24-volt, 6 rails. I mean, like $600 power supplies from work. So
Here, let me show you all this. This is
I use the ATM power supplies.
And the only reason I'm showing Amazon right now is because when I checked at Get FPV, all they had was the older K2. They did not have the K4s at Pyrodrone, RDQ, or Get FPV last time I looked. So this is the. Let's see if I can make that bigger. So this is the K4, right? Which basically it kind of like the reason I didn't buy it is because the two Q6s that I have now are performing the exact same purpose, except this can charge to 8S, but I don't own any 8S batteries, so it's not crazy important. But I do like how it's got the cooling fans and the power supplies built in.
Nice.
So it'll do 20 amps by 2, right? And 600 watts. All right. You can run 10 to 34 volts input, and then but the built-in power supply is a built-in 400-watt AC power supply, which for two lines battery charging it would be adequate. I would want to see more if there was 4 lines, but
yeah.
Yeah, no, that'd be fine, right?
Yeah, built-in balance ports. It's got a USB C connection for updates. And for you can charge directly off of that USB C. But again, it's $229 for something to replace something with a single unit that I have now that takes 4 pieces.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's just that box and the cord. Whereas if I was to go, like I said, the K4 is a box and a cord. Where my stuff? Hold on, get out of my bag. Here, I'll show you what I use now. So currently, this is my setup. Okay, I have Dell 130-watt laptop power supply. All right, so it puts out 19 volts. 19 volts at almost 7 amps. 19 volts is fine for me because I don't run 6S. If I was running 6S, I would want 20, like you were saying, 24 volts at least, right?
Yeah.
So I run that. I just took off clipped the barrel connector adapter off of it and soldered it into a XT60. I got one of these RL Chance distribution boards.
Nice.
These are really cool because they it does have a USB output as well, so I can charge from there. And it's got 2 XT60s, and then it's got a digital meter here, so you can read the input voltage, and then it's got a button where you can check the output voltage.
What was that called again?
It's a RL Chance Power Hub.
Okay.
All right, and it will actually read voltage by cell if you're powering it from a DC battery as well.
RL Chance.
So, and then I've got that. I just created a small patch cable to go from the one of the 2 outputs. These are both 3 to 6S outputs. I have that running to the input side of my ISDT Q6, and I have 2 of those, and then I've just got I just plugged my batteries directly into this. This is a pigtail to change the XT60 to an XT30 for my micro batteries.
I got a laptop charger too. It's a power supply. I use that in my van. Through my van's AC, and I can charge like 7. I think it's about 7 amps.
But you can see the mess and bundle of it. I mean, this other thing is roughly the same size as all of that crap that I have combined, and it does the same purpose. So I would basically be spending $220 just to save space and specific.
And you're not
multiple items.
And you're not a whack job like me who probably charges at like 4C every 6x.
Well, no, I mean I don't. I charge at 2C,
Yeah.
right? So I got 1550 batteries. I'm running 4S, right? 1550 batteries. I run at 2C. 3 amps is plenty. Like I said, it charges. Normally, it charges them in 10 minutes for newer batteries, but when they start to get older, it takes 15 because it takes a little longer to balance out the cells when the internal resistance gets a little different, and, things like that.
Now we all know how bad Danish is. He's bad.
Okay. All right. Somebody else talk. I'm gonna go through some of the stuff that I see here because I missed a lot of chat.
If you do have a link for that or a chance board,
I was trying to buy another one. I bought it off of Amazon, but it's just not there anymore. I don't know if you might have to go to Banggood or AliExpress to get it.
Maybe I typed it in wrong. Just send it to me later.
Yeah.
See if I can find it.
Yeah. Well, last time I looked for it on Amazon, it wasn't there, and that's where I bought it from. So, actually, I might be able to scroll through my history and see if I can find a direct link to the item. Let's see. Also, SpeedyB adapter, previous model. Let's see. Geppetto's Lab, cycling batteries, cleaning quads, tuning and getting all the small guys for indoors. Sending the wife to Florida in January, so just him and the dog. Time to fly. Yeah, but it's Michigan and it might be a little snowy to fly outside. But I guess that's where you're working on your micros, huh? Getting your
time to coat.
Makes sense.
Coat electronics and
Mr. Spat says Scoops has been working tons of hours at work. Shooter says Spats is always grinding. Shooter's hoping to get his replacement. Why didn't that show up? Replacement Hero 8 in the mail this week. That's awesome. Oh, sweet. Venturefly said he made a Hero 8 mount for the Nemesis. Awesome. I will check that and I will post it to Thingiverse. Thank you very much. Drone Pilot says he has a 20 amp hour battery as his field pack. Multiple Tool RC MD6 or M6Ds. Okay. Charge 5 nonstop. Now, is that 5 parallel or is that 5 individual? Sounds like individual because you said multiple Toolkit RCs. So I had 6 amp hour 12 volt batteries, and I had 4 of them hooked together. So I had technically I had 24 amp hours, but it was at 12 volts. I would have had to double them and put the other cell pack in parallel to get the 24 volts needed to kind of push the current that I wanted to out of the ISDTs. Because if you don't have enough current input, it's not going to be able to really pump, it won't be able to do 6 amps output, which is my target, right? Let's see. E-Drone says he uses the Venom Pro 7 amp, 7 amps per 2 channels. That's the big suitcase or the small refrigerator box style one, right? Because I think there's some guys that I race with that use those as well. He says parallel. You can do 12 packs at one time, 2 parallel boards, 1 per channel. Yeah, but if you're doing 6 packs, even at 7 amps, it's only 1 point something amps per pack. I mean, how long does it, Eric? How long on average does it take you to charge a bundle of batteries that way? Let's see. Drone Pilot says Toolkit RC will ramp up 12 volts from your car and charge a 24 volt light bulb. Yeah, most chargers will. You can use 12 volts supply to power a higher battery, but the problem with that is you don't you end up losing the ability to push as much current through that way. Right.
Your voltage drops eventually.
Right. And the voltage drops quicker on your whatever you're using to supply it. So if you're using a 12 volt battery to supply it, your voltage is going to drop quicker that way. It's less efficient.
19 is kind of the sweet spot.
The same. It's kind of the same reason that everybody goes to 6S batteries, right? More voltage, you need less current for the same wattage. So Let's see. No, Mr. Spat. Currently, I leave those things banging around against each other. I don't wrap them up. I don't pad them or anything. I have not had a problem. One of my scroll buttons is stiffer, but more resistance between notches than the other. But the buttons all still work. I haven't had any problems with either of them. Actually, I went with one for a year, and it was so trouble free that I bought another one to double it up when I found that RL Chance Power Hub thing. Let's see. Oh, Shooter says he's got one of those Fractal Engineering Whoop charging boards coming this week. Who was it? Somebody bought a Someone was, I can't remember if it was Frank.
It was Brian.
Oh, Brian Newsom that got the. Okay, that's right. All right. So Brian Newsom just got the Fractal Whoop.
65. Yeah,
I almost bought one. I was so tempted to buy one while I was looking at him while I was on the show. I'm trying to limit
He was
myself.
super stoked. He actually purchased it before the show too. He didn't even know Eves was coming on, and then suddenly it was like, oh shit.
I to be honest, I haven't purchased. I'm trying to think of the last quad related thing that I bought besides TPU. For myself, probably the full Crossfire unit to try to mount into my Nirvana.
Yeah.
I actually 3D printed the holder for it. The only thing I don't like about this holder is I'm probably going to have to edit it because half of the SMA connector is behind the controller itself. Get off there. So if you look at it like this, I might, if I screw in my diamond antenna, I bought the TBS diamond antenna. So if I screw in my diamond antenna before I mount the Crossfire unit into the holder, I think it'll be okay. Now, one of the things that I'm looking for is I'm trying to make a way to adapt the cables for the communication without having to crack open the case of the Nirvana.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm using a TBS Tango 2, right? Normally, to be honest, I love the way that this thing feels in my hands, way more than the Tango. And the only reason I gave up on this is because I didn't want to have to hack it open to run Crossfire, and I didn't want to have to spend $130 or $150 just to use Crossfire on my already $100 and something controller. That was my biggest beef with Crossfire, to be honest. My only beef with Crossfire. I didn't have any complaints about Crossfire except the fact that I had to buy an expensive module that fits very awkwardly on all my controllers and hits my hands. Even this one, it's close to my fingers here, but not touching them. Right. But yeah, I've got freaking gorilla hands, so so Spat says he has 2 in the error. Oh, what do you mean by error out? Does it like randomly not detect the, say, voltage error or something, battery connect error? Because do you connect directly to them, or do you have patch cables that you connect to? Because I connect directly to them, so I'm constantly pulling and removing the plugs on the unit itself. And I charge one battery at a time, so there's no balance board or anything. Okay, and Spat says he's using a parallel board. Okay. I'm wondering if it's because it's having trouble reading the balance across because you have multiple batteries on there. So when you have multiple batteries on there and the balance cord that feeds to the charger, the battery is more self-level. I mean, what the battery charger sees is a combination of all of the cells on those individual channels, and so they'll be bouncing a lot more because you're reading multiple batteries instead of one single battery. Other than that, I'm not. Yeah, I mean, I do like. It does take longer, and it's more maintenance expensive to charge singly. You know, I do admit that. You know, so because every 10 minutes or so, I got to walk back over to my charger and swap a battery out. Whereas you guys who balance charge, you can set them, walk away 30 minutes, 40 minutes later, all of your batteries are done. Right.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, it comes with a risk.
It does, and that's why I kind of steered away from it. One,
Yeah.
because I live in a rental house and I charge indoors. I mean, I do charge usually on a metal table if I'm charging indoors.
I never blame anybody for being safer than me.
Yeah.
Well, I've also found that my batteries last longer when I charge them individually. And I do like I have an old. Actually, I might put it up for sale, but I've got one of those 240 AC 4-channel chargers. I didn't like. I felt like it ended the balance too soon because it always settled unbalanced. Spat says he gave up about a Hoda. Okay. So E-Drone says he balanced charges at 1C parallel. Okay.
See what I do. My China Hobbyline 1800 6S batteries. When I'm charging 6, I usually go to about 18 amps.
18 amps.
Yeah, 15, 18, whatever it lands on first.
I just spin the wheel and wherever it stops, and yeah, we'll go with that. Sit back and just let it burn.
Yeah.
If it goes, just run over and jerk off yank the ones that are on fire off and toss them someplace. Hopefully, it's not going to catch on fire.
Yeah, now I'm getting really paranoid. I'll probably go down to 14 now. Now I gotta watch it. Otherwise, next week,
Mr. Spat,
do you guys hear Danish?
Spat says parallel charging's good until you accidentally put a 6-cell with a 4-cell and you get fire.
Yeah.
Yes, that is a problem. If you're running both 4-cell and 6-cell batteries, you do have to be careful of that. The other thing is, like I said, everybody's got videos on how to balance charge. I was always one of those people that refused to charge the balance lead in until the voltage lead was already in.
Yeah.
Now, one of the things about a balance board that a lot of people may or may not know, it will, if you plug batteries into it, they will self-balance. If your batteries are not equal, right, they'll self-balance on a balance board. Now, if you're plugging in battery, if you're not particularly careful with what voltage you come down at, and that all of them are within plus or minus a couple of tenths of a volt, or a couple tenths of a volt, but you can and you plug in the balance lead first. As soon as that board has another voltage input to it, it's going to try to regulate that immediately, and when it does, it has the potential to carry a high amount of current. If the balance lead is the first thing that you plug in, you're putting a high amount of current through tiny wires, and they have a tendency to melt. At least in my personal experience. E-Drone says he plugs all his into the board, lets him sit for a couple minutes before charging to help equalize. That's probably a very good idea. Athix says back in the day, you recharged all the packs the day before for 8 hours to make sure you had enough nitro. Yeah, that is where I'm at now. So I either spend the first hour. The first thing I pull out when I get to the field is my charger. Boom, start charge my goggle battery first, and then start charging my quad batteries. If I don't charge at home the night before. Drone Pilot says he's got a laser temperature gauge and checks the lipo heat at 1C, 2C, and 3C. Once he sees the temperature go up, he uses a C rating prior to before the temperature goes up. That's pretty smart. But that, I mean, so you're adjusting every time, or did you do that you do that once every now and again and then adjust? So tried to discharge on my ISD discharger and made fireworks. Did you purchase? Wait, Now, you tried to just charge on your ISDT charger or on your ISDT discharger? Because ISDT has a 200-watt discharger box. I actually have one that works phenomenally.
And they also do not. A lot of their chargers do not have a discharge mode.
Well, I think my Q6 does have a discharge mode.
Yeah. The Q
It just
series
doesn't. It's not big enough to put off enough heat to discharge efficiently.
The Q series do, but the H series and the Air series don't.
Ad break. Drink Dr. B. Excuse me.
I just sometimes leave my packs charged for several days. So
I don't like to leave mine charged for more than 2 days. And like I said, I have that discharger that I use.
We all find out tonight that Tim, he is very reckless with his batteries compared to everybody else. Or everybody else is just overly cautious, but it's better than being not overly cautious.
So this is the ISDT FD200.
Oh, nice.
Discharge box. Huge fan, huge heat sinks. This thing will discharge at 200 watts. 25 amps. You hook a battery to it. Push a couple of buttons. Push the 2 buttons on the front. TJ Williams has a really good video on this thing. Dude, I love this thing. Spat. I would recommend it 100%. Now it does have you plug a battery in, you hold 2 buttons down, it puts it in Bluetooth mode. You can hook it to your phone, and there's an app that ISTT has to set it up. I put the app on my phone. I used it once. I have my network security stuff that I have also comes with a mobile package, and the mobile package flagged the ISDT app, so I removed it from my phone. But once you have it set up, it's pretty easy. Actually, you don't even require the app, which I think is kind of silly that you would have one. But on the top, the first button here, this selects what amperage you would like to discharge at. Even at 25 amps. I discharge at 10 amps, just because it's a very mild discharge on the battery, relatively mild discharge on the battery. And it discharges the batteries within 3 minutes, give or take. And you can seriously hear the thing kick on and the fans start blowing and stuff. But once you've got you can select the amperage. You can also select the voltage. Once you've got the voltage selected, all you have to do is plug in the battery. Make sure to plug it in the right way. All right. And then you just hit the top button. It initializes. It allows that's the light indicating what battery or what cell it's on. And then you've got 4 lights that show up. One of them is 100%, 2 is 50, 3 is 25%. And it just beeps at you when it's done. You can hear the fans start kicking in. So, but this thing, I like it. It was like $80, I think it was. And I can discharge all of my batteries after I get home in less than I think it was 35 minutes I did the last time. And that's with 10 batteries. Well, actually that was 10 4-cell batteries and then 5 3-cell batteries that I had charged as well. So, but yes, I can definitely recommend the FD200. It is kind of sizable, but I keep it in my Go pack.
I am just a destroyer of GoPro mounts.
So, see, Drone Pilot says he has the Sky RC BD250. Hooks up to your PC and will graph the discharge amp volts and watts, and you get to know how know your packs really well. Does it do internal resistance measurement as well, Drone Pilot? That does sound really nice. Sky RC BD250. Let me look that up. Okay. And that's my beeper telling me it's done. Okay, so here is the Sky RC BD250, 250 watt. Okay, 35 amp variable battery. Okay, so that'll do. So you got 50 more watts discharge power and 10 more amps discharge power over what I've got. Okay, battery. Now, one of the things I do like about the ISDT is when I measure them, they're all within point. Well, the newer batteries are within a 0.1 margin of each other. The older batteries might be like 0.15, closer to 0.2. But again, I don't parallel charge, so that isn't terribly important. That accuracy. Okay, breakthrough cooling system. Unibody large fan pushes air down through an extruded aluminum heatsink. Okay, yeah, that's very similar to what I've got. Like I said, you can look in the back and you can see the huge aluminum heatsink. Okay, so there's your PC software connected. So it does show the number of cells. Cutoff allows you to set minimum cutoff voltage, discharge current, max current. Rotary dial operation. Okay. It does look pretty cool. 2 discharge mode, constant power discharge and constant current discharge. Software can automatically sense battery cell counts and recommend maximum safe discharge voltage. That's cool. Discharge tests may be viewed in amp hours, watt hours, or minutes. Results can be graphed as voltage versus amp hours and watt hours, and then minutes. Comes with a fuse and an XT60 adapter. That's not bad for $100. That's not bad. I think I said I paid $80 for my ISDT one, and like I said, you do have the option to hook it up in Bluetooth. There was stuff that you could do with the Bluetooth hookup and the app on your phone with the ISDT that I don't use those functions. Like I said, and I don't know what the reason was that my antivirus software flagged that, but I just deinstalled it. It wasn't. I figured I wouldn't use it very much anyway. So, yeah. Nuisance, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Merry Christmas, bro.
How's it going, Nuisance? Merry Christmas.
Hey, Nuisance.
I hope you guys had a great Christmas, everyone. Drone Pilot says he uses constant power discharge to work out my lithium-ion batteries. You know how long my range here will really fly for. Okay. That makes sense, right? Because if you're flying long distance, your chances are your throttle output is going to be relatively constant. And on the way back, if you're flying high in a mountain, it may be less because you're decreasing in altitude. But yeah, that's a good idea. I think that's a really good idea. Now they do have the $79 right now on Amazon for that, or at Pyroflip or RDQ. Please support the FPV community. You can get it just as fast from them as you can from Amazon. I really prefer you guys support the people that support us. RDQ and Get FPV are constantly sponsoring events. Pyro Drone too.
Yep.
Yeah, please support them. Just because I'm pulling them up, I'm being bad about this today, but usually I do pull them up on the Pyro Drone sites. But this is the FD200, $79.
Nice.
Here is the picture of the app. It does show how many watts it's currently using and the percentage, how long the discharge is, the current voltage per cell, and how many amps. Now, if you use the buttons on the front, you can set the discharge amperage, by 5 amp increments. If you use the application, you can set it by 1 amp increments. It does tell you how many batteries have the app tracks how many batteries you have discharged. All right. Also reads the temperature, internal temperature, how many watt hours it's discharged.
How much you did not fly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So here's a little cutaway: 2 big heat sinks, 2 big fans on the inside. All right. Current select buttons, the status indicators, battery connection. Super simple device. And like I said, requires no power input or run. I mean, it's discharging your battery, so everything that it does is powered from your battery.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Marcel, Merry Christmas, bud.
How's it going, Marcel? Happy Boxing Day, bro.
Happy Boxing Day?
Yeah, he's from Canada.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I've been told a couple times what that is, and it's just like, okay. And
It's pretty much like the Black Friday of Christmas. It's Black Friday sales of Christmas.
It's when everybody's returning all their gifts and then people are having sales to draw them in.
It's when they have the 75% off sales for all the Christmas shit that they didn't sell, you know?
So, poor Marcel dropped a quad in the ocean, by the way.
Aww.
Yeah, I heard. Man, that's rip. Yeah, that sucks. And I think it was one of my 6 inches too, to be honest, because he's got the OG Nemesis and he's got the Mutiny 6-inch.
Yeah.
So I think it may have been one of mine. Or one of my designs, sorry. One of my designs. They said him and his buddy might try to rescue it on Wednesday. Okay. Yeah, I hope y'all got dry suits, because that was going to be some cold water.
He's Canadian.
Well, still, dude, I don't care where the hell you're from. Like, I mean, to be honest, like, I mean, to an extent, you get used to the cold, right? Your blood gets used to the cold a little bit more.
It's still freaking cold, dude.
But it's still like, yeah, people used to give me that crap when I was down when it was snowing, and I lived in Northern Virginia. It's like, what do you mean you got 4 feet of snow in your neighborhood? I thought you were from Michigan. I'm like, where I'm from has zero relation to the county's ability to remove the snow from the roadway for me to be able to drive on that 4 feet that fell last night, you know? Yeah, I got you, Dan.
That's probably around then.
So,
Yeah.
Well, let me show you something.
What's happening? Yes. Rebuilding?
I just got Nemesis V3 back up with the new Diatone Toka motors on it.
Is that a 20x20 ESC you got in there?
Yeah, man. Dude, you know me, dude.
I'm not frying them electronics anymore.
Did you see my new Whoop?
I don't think I have. I've been kind of in a freaking out of FPV for like the past week.
Oh, I know.
I'm not paying attention to a whole lot.
I don't think I posted it. I just didn't know if I'd sent you a picture or not.
Marcel said, yes, it was a gank quad.
Matt.
Oh, actually, you did. You actually showed this last week on the show.
But here's the thing. It's fucking 4S.
Oh, shit. So you got those little 4S full send batteries you got there, or?
Yeah, there's these are the orange CNHLs right now.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I've got the little mini full sends and stuff, and this is just a 75 millimeter with 1103 11,000s on it. So this thing is gonna be a rocket, dude. That's gonna be like 100,000 RPM.
That's just nuts, man. It's like the props are going to be bent backwards.
That's going to be 140. That's going to be 141,000 RPM.
You're going to smoke some stuff. Those bearings. I hope the bearings can handle the heat.
Dude,
Just
I've
send it.
had these Happy Model motors laying around. Are they Happy Model even? No, they're even no name. They're D1 D1103. So that means they're nameless RC.
DYS or something.
Yeah, nameless RC DYS, same shit. And so I was like, all right, I'm gonna fucking like. I've had these laying around, and I was digging through shit, and I was like, oh fuck, I forgot about these. These are 4S fucking motors. All right, time to play.
Well, I showed you those 1310 motors that I had off of that freaking Walkera.
Oh yeah, yeah,
So,
man. So I've got the Nemesis going, getting back in the air. I've got this. I'm putting ELRS on, and I'm rebuilding the Matty Racer X.
Nice. Nix, no.
So this is gonna be fun. I'm putting ELRS on the Racer X and on the Whoop. I'm also putting ELRS on. Guess what else I'm bringing back?
Oh, you showed me that one already.
Yeah,
That's
the TJ Graham.
the flight test frame or whatever.
TJ Graham, yeah, buddy.
Yeah, there was just a new board from Happy Model 2 with a built-in ELRS on a 300 milliwatt VTX.
Yeah. See, I have a love-hate relationship with Happy Model just because I've had so many failed parts, and I've bought a few Mobulas, 6 and 7, that just like lasted like 2 flights, and then something was massively wrong. And it was like, well, this sucks. Like, so I just got really fed up with Happy Model. But I just got the Happy Model ELRS module, so
Nice.
I'm gonna be giving them a try again. This thing seems pretty solid, and it's the one with the aluminum case that you can mount a fan to. So I'm doing a tutorial on swapping over the jumper T light because right now I have Crossfire on it, and I have a bigger, more powerful module on my QX7. So instead of doing the mod to get more power for the Crossfire on this, I figured just put the ELRS on it, which it's made for and already has the power module.
Yeah.
And just use my other Crossfire module for my Crossfire rigs. Because I've now sold, like 3 or 4 different rigs, and all of which were Crossfire.
Yeah.
So I only have like 4 Crossfire rigs left, I think. So this way I'll just be like one controller for those 4 rigs and then the other controller for all the other shit.
Nice.
So yeah, and then I'm swapping one thing to Radio Link just to I'm testing because I've realized that Jumper can bind to some of the Radio Link receivers.
Yeah, I'd heard that too.
Which are the super long range 2.4 gigahertz ones that I used to use for my giant cinema rigs. And I just sold my Radio Link transmitter with my giant octocopter. So I was like, oh shit, I have a bunch of these long range receivers around, and I bound the one in my Dart to my Jumper, and it worked. And I was like, no shit. Like, it's like it does have a fucking Radio Link protocol. So I was really pleased about that. So now I can do my Spectrum, Radio Link, FR Sky, and ELRS all on one remote.
Nice.
So now all of my rigs will be on my Jumper except for most of my 5-inch rigs. Like, and the Kraken. The Kraken will be on the QX still.
Yeah. D3, to answer your question, yeah, a little bit, yes. So there is any wind resistance on that plane. If you're flying straight vertically, right, you're going to have wind resistance against those fatter arms. You're also going to have some resistance to the air that's being pushed downward from the props on those arms. If you remember our show that we did with Zach Carazales, he showed us the efficiency wheel of where the motors where the props were most efficient at producing thrust. If that area, and I believe in one of the arms it does, the the max efficiency area is over an arm, so it would depend on the angle of the arms, but it would affect you to an extent. But again, I don't think there's a lot of frames out there with stupid fat arms anymore. Everybody's going thicker versus wider because of flight characteristics.
Yeah, I've got a couple rigs laying around that might be pretty fat arm ones.
Oh, well, yeah. Before we drop off tonight, I want to show you this.
Uh-oh. Oh, yes. Silver brown. Silver brown.
That's wicked.
I made E-Rod put a sticker on the back of it. So.
Of course you did.
Since he made it, you know.
I've got his sticker up in my trailer and on our team fridge.
I get new stickers every time I meet him. I got so many of them.
I know. I got a few of his, and I got a bunch of me-hops and crackers, and
you made these green ones.
I haven't gotten any of the green ones. I've got the multicolored ones.
Yeah, that was from because of the meet in Tampa. Yeah, we made it.
Yeah.
All right, so if you guys weren't there, if you guys don't follow Tim, you should follow Tim, Danish Stallion on FPV.
He's a gangsta.
So if you guys don't follow Tim, if you're not aware, there was a rumble in the jungle down here in Florida. You can tell it's Florida because of all. Here, let me make big for it.
Everybody's sweaty.
I hope it doesn't lag.
You can tell because there's Spanish moss everywhere.
Yeah.
And some small palms over here.
It was actually a challenge that day. Whoever got the most moss on the quad and a specimen would give him some thumbsticks.
Dude, I saw that one guy come down with a whole freaking 3 foot long branch worth of Spanish moss. I'm like, I think he would.
That was Billy, I think. Wasn't that Billy Black?
December 19th, they had the Rumble in the Jungle down in Florida. It was at a park down there. I'm not from Florida, so I couldn't tell you exactly what the name of it is, but Tim could. But anyway, so here's Tim's video. He got second place in the freestyle competition. Sorry, you may not be able to hear volume from that.
It might be choppy because I'm an idiot and forgot that I need to upload in 25 frames per second. And I just forget to change my sequence settings, and there you go.
At least you're honest.
Yeah. No, figured that out at one point. All
right, boys. Well, you guys can continue the stream. I gotta jump off because we're doing a little Christmas thing for all the kids tomorrow morning. So we're probably gonna be up pretty early. The kids just got here, so tomorrow morning's the morning. So
I'm off until the 4th, so
absolutely. I'll post it here in a second.
All right, guys. You guys have a good night. All right.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna watch a couple of Danish videos.
All right, D3. I'll shoot you a message.
So this is
Matt. I wanna shoot you a message tomorrow about something too. All right. So. Guys, enjoy. Thanks for hanging out. Matt and Danish are gonna keep you guys entertained.
Yeah, I'll be here for another at least 10 minutes.
Yep, and I will post the link to Danish's channel here.
I'll post the links here in a second.
There we go. D3, there's the link there. It should be in the chat, and also by Danish. Now Danish, I don't know why did.
Wait, what?
That's super weird. Like mine came through as YouTube Danish Stallion. Yours came through as YouTube.
Yes, I posted a link to that video.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's why. Yeah, I was gonna say yeah. So the link I posted is to the page. The link Danish posted is to the video. All right, that makes sense. I was like, weird. But so here is the 1-pack. This is the 1-pack rip challenge. Is that what that was?
Yes. So it's basically that's what it was. You had 1 pack, and if you can turtle out of it, you can keep going. And
Okay.
I crashed a lot of times, and I think that was the only reason why I lost. I think so. I think we
The
were pretty even.
the mutiny turtle's pretty good with the GoPro mount on it, huh?
A what?
I said the mutiny. I said the mutinies and Apex's turtle pretty good with the GoPro mounts on them, huh?
Yeah. Well, the sad thing is that day I could not fly the mutiny. It kept like trying to fly off. The
Yeah, you
gyro
said
was
the
going
gyro.
bananas.
You think the gyro might be wonky or something?
Yeah, I just tried to reseat everything and like adjust the gummies, and we'll see if that works out.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and play this video, and
Yeah.
then I need to get a drink real quick.
Yeah, I was so nervous with this freaking rip because there was so many people behind me. There was 85 people who showed up that day. So we gave out 85 raffle tickets. So I guess there might have been like about probably at least 15 that was not flying. But there was constantly somebody on the flight line. We went like analog on the flight line, then we went digital, and just kind of swapped it out. And then the contest took probably a good like hour and a half, I think.
That was what we call a tree stall.
Yeah. Once I kind of got over the nervousness, it went a little better. And I just changed my rates the night before, which was, I wouldn't have done that if I knew I was going to be competing in something. I went from 900 on my roll down to 500, 600
Okay.
on my pitch down to 500, and 700 on my.
Yeah, that might take a little getting used to.
Yeah, man. I was like, oh my God, I'm not rolling anywhere. Thanks, D3.
Yeah, Spat, there was Danish said there was 85 raffle tickets were given out, and there was one raffle ticket given per person. So 85 people showed up to that event. That's pretty impressive for a day event.
And there was so many prices, like that they really there was Erod and friends. Everybody was helping out.
Oh,
it was.
Y'all saw that, right? That wasn't the clean one, but it still would look.
Yeah.
I mean, even with the bump, you still
I
came
was
back.
able to save it.
No, you were able to save it back into the invert or the reverse dive.
Yeah.
And then it still come out backwards. You know what I mean? So that, I mean, to me, that was impressive.
And then I like messed it up again. Like come on, I need to do this.
And boom, right over the antenna. That was perfect.
And I slowed down around the antenna. I was like, oh my God, barely made it over. Watch my FPV camera. Ooh, uh-oh. And you can't hear the sound very good, but you could hear a prop. Right. You can hear one of the 4 blades like fly off. So I'm flying with a bi-blade now and 3 quad blades with my FPV mount facing down. I'm like, I'm not going to give up.
I'll tell you what, the flight controllers seem to have compensated for it pretty well, because right at the beginning when it first happened, you could see the vibration, but after that, either that or the stabilization kind of picked up on it.
It was insanely bad in my goggles. Like I could feel it, even if I was so far away.
Now, do you use like Hypersmooth or anything like that for the GoPro footage?
I used Hypersmooth for every time I'm using my GoPro 9. I use Hypersmooth. When I post DVR, then you get to see me fly without it. And I'm not going to use a $350 camera.
Oh, is that when you came back and it was like negative camera angle? There you go. Yeah.
Yes.
Like, oh no, it was like off to the side too, wasn't it?
Yep. And the motor was actually loose. And that might have been why I didn't make it around that branch in the end.
That's that would be the enduro run.
I think I have one more video, and I think that one's in the correct FPS. I think
let's see.
I think that's my Christmas Eve run.
Yep.
That one's a short one.
Now I see the Rotorat etch class, and then you playing fetch. Oh yeah, day 5.
Yep, that one. Mhm.
Trippy spins. There we go. Let me hold on. Oh, gotta get it switched. There we go. And bigger size. Gliding Yule is Danish
Merry
for
Christmas.
Happy Holidays, right?
Yeah, it's like Merry Christmas, except it's Yule. But even the Christians say the same thing, so it doesn't really matter for us.
Well, it's like Feliz Navidad in Spanish. It literally is translated, but Merry Christmas, or to what Merry Christmas is translated to. So,
see my new move there, my Immelman to Maddie. That's my thing.
I like. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but he's got Deck the Halls playing in the background. So
yeah, rocking around
the Christmas
tree with my Cyrus.
Did you say it was Miley Cyrus? Is she going to switch over to Came In Like a Wrecking Ball as you start crashing?
Man, I love Miley Cyrus, man. Especially when she does cover songs. I mean, she just like rock songs. I'm telling you, just listen to some of her like cover songs of rock.
Yeah.
And like Metallica, and like she just.
There's a couple of ladies that hang out at the karaoke bar I go to that they've got, like, I've heard that they've sang everything from country to rap to like Linkin Park and freaking stuff like that. So it's like, and they've got awesome range. I can imagine if you've had your father was a singer, and she probably had singing lessons.
Dolly Parton is her godmother. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It's like,
dude, how do you like those whistle balls? Like, I bought a couple. I haven't had a chance to use them yet.
They are friggin' amazing, and my dog just goes like chonk chonk chonk. She loves chewing on them, so it's also a chew toy.
Yeah, they're super durable. Like, I've got a couple of the Chuck It orange and blue.
Yep, there's we've lost the orange ones, of course. The first thing we do is the one that Cece wants to see.
Right.
But, they got the bigger one, and then they got the one that fits in the Chuck It.
Yeah, I bought like, this is what's left of the Kong Wubba indestructible Kong toy from last year. So we bought her a larger one for this year.
Yeah,
you know those dogs, they got to exercise their jaws, man.
Yep. Well, she loves those balls, man. They're good to chew on for her.
I don't know if Shane Duggar's still around, but you see I'm still throwing the toy over my shoulder, right?
Yeah. It's like the episode of Simpsons where he starts working out one arm.
Well, I think it's funny because last year she would just bring me tiny pieces of destroyed toys. So nobody could see what I was throwing. They would just see me going like this every now and again, right?
Yep.
And they're like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, I move off to the side and I toss it, and my dog jumps up and catches it. What was that? And they come back, and I'm like, it's this tiny piece of plastic that she's having me throw.
Yeah.
But she does that. Like, if you guys go back through our streams, like almost all the streams, you'll see me going like that. It's not because I'm Italian and I talk with my hands, because I do still kind of do that sometimes. But that's not why.
Yeah.
See, D3 says, let's see, you know what drives dogs crazy? Mount deer whistles on your quad. No. No. And that's why I don't have deer whistles on my car, because I know they drive dogs crazy. And Texas deer are dog size, so there's less of a chance of it actually doing damage to your car than a northern deer. Sad but true.
Yeah, more like a speed bump.
Yeah. Yeah, I laughed at a buddy of mine. Man, I got a 100-pound deer this year, and I'm like, man, were the ribs showing? Oh, here's my size. I'm like, he showed a picture of it, and I was like, It's like, dude, your leg's bigger around than the neck of that deer. He goes, so? And I was like, no, I'm used to northern Michigan deer, man. The hunting season, they're in a rut. Their freaking buck's neck is like this. Yeah, you're carrying back. You have to clean it because you can't carry back the whole freaking deer to camp. So you have to field dress it, bury the freaking guts out in the woods. So the bears don't, so the bears don't freaking don't want to get to it. And then you drag back the half clean carcass back to camp, and then you clean it some more. But yeah, because we're talking 150 pound, 170 pound deer you're still hawking back after you clean out all the innards. Sorry if I'm offending people who are squeamish and don't like to hunt or kill animals. I am a meat hunter. I am not a sport hunter. But anyway, but yeah, it's the size difference between northern deer and Texas deer is just ridiculous. Yeah, Michigan also is elk. So Michigan's also a weird environment because the deer that are there can't really. There's not a whole lot of options of where they can go. They can only go south into Indiana and Ohio because the rest of Michigan's a peninsula, and they can't swim across the Great Lakes. So Michigan ends up getting overpopulated with deer a lot. So they issued doe permits to help thin the herd. They'll have sometimes they'll have a spring, well, not a spring permit, but extra doe permits to go around, and also extra buck permits sometimes, depending on what the population score looks like.
The place I lived in Sweden, we used to have a albino elk with giant antlers. I forget how many points it had, but it was close to being a record and being an albino. They really had to protect that thing because there was so many people who wanted to go out and poach it.
I was gonna say, as a hunter myself, if I was to see something like that, and I don't think I would shoot an albino buck.
That thing is so majestic.
I don't think I would, just because I know I've only seen two in my life, right? And I'm freaking 49 years old. They're super rare. Yeah. Even if it had the best rack and it would have been best trophy, whatever, I would have just let it go because there's more evidence that it passes on that strange gene to its offspring, right? And with deer usually having twins, and then more recently sometimes triplets, let him go, man. Let that
exactly. Yeah, it's an amazing creature.
So D3 says he has a pack of loose dogs that hang around here, belong to nobody, and harass my kids. It sucks. Athix says deer jerky. Oh, dude, I love deer jerky. I usually end up so I haven't been hunting in a long time, but we used to get my ex's father used to go every year, and he would get his meat. So we'd come back from Michigan after Christmas with a bunch of his deer meat and his jerky and sausages. But he would make pepperoni sticks. So we'd come back with 5 pounds of venison pepperoni. And they were flipping amazing. Farmer permits. So some states, I think Michigan and Texas, if you own more than 15 acres, you're allowed to hunt on your own property any time of the year. But I think that's varies state to state.
Check out Shelby Wool's video later, man. That thing is pretty cool. It's Christmas Eve video.
Yeah, give me a sec. I'll pull it up now.
Didn't go to bed or what?
Yeah. He's got, I think he's got to get up early with his daughter tomorrow.
I just linked it in there too, if not.
Oh, I'm subscribed to Shelby, so.
I just did it for the other people to see it.
Oh, yeah, thank you. 2 days ago. That would be Right Wing Spec Wing. There we go. All right, and let me get queued over to the big screen. So Right Wing Spec V3 raw Insta 360 with no stabilize. Ooh, golden hour footy.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that's got to play hell on a wing. Is he at the? No, he's not. Okay, I thought he was at the farm, and he was gonna try to freaking shoot the barns at golden hour.
I think you did do a video of that.
Well, he
Not
did
long
do
ago.
one. I
Yeah.
I think we commented on it like
Mhm.
last week or the week before that uh, the automatic light adjustment was a little slow and it got a little
Yes.
scary
Yeah.
a couple times.
I'm gonna have to watch some tutorials on the Peanut and make sure I use it right.
Yeah, I think we're close enough that we could probably fly a wing from here down to Austin, if it wasn't illegal. Austin City is within 5 miles of the Austin International Airport, so
Yeah.
I like we'll do. So I actually haven't seen any building diving in Austin since we went 3 years ago on Christmas, day after. Yeah, Christmas. It was Christmas.
All right. I gotta get out of here. Sorry.
I feel like Shelby's DRAC footage is smoother than the spec wing footage.
Well, this is no stabilization,
That's all. Yeah,
Solid,
true. I
right?
did. Yeah, I just remembered that as well.
but it's still damn, my wing doesn't fly this stable.
Oh,
Must be-
you can tell when he's turning crosswind because it
Yeah.
bobbles a little bit, but other than that, it looks freaking decent.
Yeah. Well, the Recruit also is flying brake, to be honest, with wings on it. If I wasn't like always repairing my damn quads, I would get this other one set so I could fly it. I'm sure it flies better. I don't know if I showed you that. It's this one. Oh, no, this thing's not showing. Let's put it. This one right here.
Yeah. Okay. Which one? Who makes that one?
It said Colorado FPV, like a spec pop wing or some shit like that.
Okay.
It was somebody who posted on a Facebook group. It's like, hey, somebody wants this, and they were local, and I was like, yeah,
Nice.
I'll come by and get it. But the Free Sky thingamajig in here is not working right, so my flaps are
I
not
think
turning right.
drone pilot. I think to answer your question, I think that in the cities, because of helicopters, I think it may be a little different, but I don't know. I've never tried to get clearance to fly. I've never really tried to fly there either. So
All right, I got to dip out. I will see you next time.
all right, Danish, take it easy. Have a good night, bud.
Yeah, man.
See you next Sunday.
Yep. Bye, guys.
Yep. I'm not going to be on very much longer either. I'm going to watch a couple more videos and then we're done for the night. Love watching Shelby fly. It's crazy. Can't believe he's not trying to barnstorm that little tent there. Holy crap, little soda down the wrong pipe. See who else we got here on YouTube's got some new stuff out here. Oh, let me see. So in case you guys haven't seen Vitrafly's video, he did a tutorial, S-Bank tutorial. All right. This is what he's calling the Rufio.
Without trying to destroy this battery, I overkilled it, unfortunately, and now it's not charging. So I'm gonna give it one toss to the sky and see if it'll explode. All right, guys, let's see how it goes. So I keep doing this until it pops. I think it'll happen eventually. Oh, it's popped. Oh, actually, no, it's not popped yet. It's just mangled. Just a few more, maybe.
He's trying to get it to catch on fire.
Yeah. Sweet smell of victory, y'all. That's the sweetness of FPV. Y'all see that?
Mmm, smells like lipo.
John and I flying one time. Put these batteries in the car and we're driving down the street. I wanted to smell like this, like fruit smell. And they all tell me, we were hoping for some fire, ladies and gentlemen. That didn't happen. Yeah, it was. All right, now we're recording. What are we gonna do? The Rufio. That's the move we're doing today. I was telling Carlton at the time that basically the steps of how to do it, and I guess I can just show you in the camera first, and then we can go ahead and attempt it live. It's a two-part move, so we'll do the first one, which is called the whip back, or the fadeaway, and then the second one, which would be the Rufio. What the move is if you have an object, be a tree, a pole, or something like that, the fadeaway or the whip back is when you come towards an object, you hit it at 90 degrees where the belly of the drone is going to be passing the object. But right when you pass it, you're going to keep that camera on the object, give it a little bit of throttle so it gives it that push back, and then you're going to level out. So you're still so you're flying, you go into the 90 degree, you throttle out, and then you whip back, looking back at the object. The only difference with the Rufio, you do a full roll towards the objects, and then you pop. It's easier to see it than to explain it, so we'll get to that. Thank you so much, Fat Strap, for sending me this fantastic, I don't know if you can see it, but look at that. See that? Yeah?
Yeah, I like that.
You
Yeah.
can't see it anyway. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to start this drone. It's going to get off a low power mode. We got some trees over here. We're just gonna swoop up this little roof here, come around the other end. So the fadeaway, as I said before, you're gonna go 90 degrees and then you're popping away from the object. So that is a fadeaway, a proper fadeaway. I'm gonna do it again so you guys can see it. I'll turn around, find an object. Now I got this one, so belly towards it, and then boom. You got that whip back or that fadeaway that we just discussed. Now, the only difference with the Rufio is you're adding a roll, but you want to be cautious with your roll because you can roll towards it or away from it. The goal of it, actually it might be better if I show you over here. The goal of it is to roll not this way towards the object. So let's see, boom, boom, just like that. That's a Rufio. So if you're coming, let's say the object is on the left up here, and you're coming to the right of the object, you would roll left and then pop away from the object. Same thing if the object is on the right, now you would roll right and then pop towards the object. And then you got yourself the Rufio. Now we're going to do it a lot more closer to the ground because things look way better closer to the ground, just like that. Okay. So here, up.
A little too close to the ground.
We're alive. Okay, let me try that again. Oh, that sounds like a bad prop. Okay. All right, come towards the object, roll up. See, I rolled the wrong way. This is what I'm talking about. You don't want to roll the wrong way. So if the object is to the right of you, you're going to be rolling right. If the object is to the left of you, you'd be rolling left.
Yeah, roll towards the object, right?
To the right of me, I need to make sure I'm rolling right, and then boom, there you go. And you got
Nice.
yourself your Rufio that you can combo and do other stuff with. So do it again, over towards this pole. So let's say you got some really cool stuff you're doing, nice little trippy madness. Then you launch back at the pole, boom, Rufio. Then you continue to your next point or whatever else you want to rip. So I'm here, and there goes that. Oh, that's a bad prop. Okay, let me bring this bad boy back.
Yeah, turtle mode has saved many a thing. Well, that white balance got knocked a little bit too.
Oh, right under the car. This is the damage that we got so far. I'm going to have to cut that off, and then we'll get back to flying. So let's do it. The closer you can get to an object, the better. And this move, you don't have to do it with an object. You can do it out in an open field. I say it just looks a little bit better if you do it around an object, and you can actually trace or track that object, similar to like if you're doing like an inverted yaw track. This is the same concept in regard to tracking, so don't overlook that. Just because you do the move doesn't mean you're doing it right. The point is to track the object that you're passing by, so just keep that in mind while we go through this again. Back in it, back into the quad. I'm going to go ahead and start it. Go ahead and go over this little thing.
Yeah, I agree, D3. This move is going to break some stuff, especially if you're doing it close to the ground.
So you see where that whip back came in that action right there? That's that whip back. It's just like that, right? We'll do it again. This time with the Rufio. Come here. It's on the left, so you roll left. Whoa. Isn't that pretty? It's so goddamn beautiful.
Yeah, it does look nice.
Oh, that's weird. Okay. That's a little downstairs fire action. Try it again. Now that the object is on the right, which way we rolling, gang? To the right, of course we are. Oh, that was a little weird one. I want to show you guys something that is a bad thing to do when you're doing the Rufio. If you're doing the Rufio and you break track like that, you just lost the trick, right? You don't want to overdo the roll. So if you're here and you break it, you just messed up the trick. Versus if you do it here, whip it, boom. Now you're tracking it, keeping your eyes on it. That one's a little better, but I could probably do it a lot better than that. There we go. You see how you got that backwards momentum? You can carry and do all that fun spinning and stuff. Again here, whoa. Continue to the next thing you want to go to. All right.
Yeah, guys, if you guys didn't know, Fat Strap will do goggles custom with your logo, your particular font or whatever you want on it.
Jeez, my batteries do not like me today. Little shoe action there. All right, so hopefully you guys get the point of the Rufio. It's a fun move. Let's go over the move one last time, and I want to point out the very important things that we want to keep in mind. Number one, whichever way the object is, if it's on the right of you, going to be rolling to the right. And if it's to the left of you, if the object's to the left and you're passing it, they're rolling camera left. So, yes, keep that in mind when you get through the move. Another thing is when you're about to pass the move, don't forget to give it that throttle to give that push. Because if you just look at it and then you eye it, then your momentum's going to break right there and you're not going to complete the move. So again, as soon as you're in that 90 degree and once you start tracking and the props are facing towards where you were traveling, that's when you give it that push so you can continue moving that direction and then you can mix it up. With that being said, we're done with the tutorial. Now I'm just going to fly. If you haven't already done so, leave a comment, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. The gang's here. We still killing it. We're cold, as you can see. We're chilling. All right, stay tuned for just the flight video at the end. All right, it's have fun and good luck with the move. If you have any, if you're having issues with the move, leave me a comment. We'll meet up on liftoff or something, and we'll do a tutorial that way live. So yes, all right, bye y'all.
We'll watch his ending flight here, and then we'll take off for the night. Thanks, guys, for sticking around. Thank you guys for joining. Hope y'all had a great holiday. Cause you really got it, don't think that you understand it, right, you're there. Yeah. If you can't even find it, yeah, there's nothing more to say, but just tell it. That life don't come find me. Deal with that. If I'm speaking, please don't interrupt. Boy, here I don't need your money, got my paper up. I'm spending that, you don't even know me, what the fuck? Cause you ain't really got it, don't think that you understand, you're out your there. Dude, he's insane, guys. That's what we call juicy. Juicy spang spang. Yeah, drone pilot, that's a lot of stick time and a lot of, like actual stick time and then simulation stick time as well. And, a lot of people say simulator is the best place to try new tricks, to at least get the muscle memory there for what you need to do, and then go out and hone it in with your, live packs. Merry Christmas, you guys. I will see you back January 2nd. Hopefully y'all will have some crazy New Year stories for me or some crazy footage to show in between then. Happy holidays. Be safe. Hope you guys all enjoyed time with your family. Have a good night, guys. All right. Talk to you later.